Well, good morning, and a glorious morning it is too. Welcome to Unity of Kent Sunday service for October 18th, 2020. My name is Reverend Patty Becker, and it is my privilege as well as joy to be the spiritual leader of Unity of Kent. Our worship assistant this morning is Leo O'Neill, and we are very blessed to have our musician returning, Stefan Plummer, and she will now open our service with song.
I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. Sing it. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. Yeah.
Thank you, Stefan. It's really great to have you back. Well, good morning again, and I'm so glad that you've chosen to be with us this morning. Unity of Kent is an open and welcoming congregation, inviting people of all ages, creeds, colors, and lifestyles to join us on this path of spiritual discovery. We promote a philosophy of practical spirituality, and we base this spirituality squarely on the teachings of Jesus as well as new thought principles. We believe in each person's spiritual authority, and we know that by applying spiritual principles to our lives in a very practical way every single day, that our lives are enriched and enhanced. And in that enrichment and in that enhancement, we raise our vibration so that all those we encounter are also affected by our energy. And in such a way, we lift the consciousness of the planet. And so it's a very important work, this this self-unfolding um, and spiritual growth. So I'm very pleased to be on this path with you. So now I'd like to set a tone for our service by inviting us all to join in with prayer. One of the ways that I enter into a prayer attitude is by taking a deep breath. And I know that by stopping to take that deep breath, I'm allowing myself an exit from the day-to-day world that I live in, and an entrance into spiritual reality behind my eyelids, and therefore closing my eyes tends to be a practice that helps me center in prayer. And so if you feel that to be helpful for you, I invite you to do the same. To breathe, to relax, to open your heart and mind to the experience of this morning. Let the experience of this morning as a special gift for each one of you, as well as for myself. It may show up as an inspiration, a realization, or simply a warmth in your heart for being together, learning together, and growing together. I declare and affirm that each one of our lives is infilled with life, light, and grace. This light, life, and grace moves us ever closer to our divine purpose of knowing and embodying the spiritual realities that we are. And that we are here this morning together, not by accident, but by divine appointment, intentionally, at a universal level. And therefore, let us together just relax and open ourselves to receive. Letting go and letting ourselves be the darlings of the universe. To be infilled and inspired in whatever way is most enriching for us in our lives in this moment. And so with gratitude for our gathering, and with excitement for what each of us is experiencing, I say thank you. And so it is. Amen.
The theme today is We Let It Be, so the song is We Let It Be. So sing with me. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Back to love. We let the love wash over us. We let yes we do. One more time. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining Unity of Kent live via Zoom or Facebook. And Stefan, I want to repeat Patty's echo Patty's, we're so happy whenever you're with us. I love that song, Let the Love Pass Over Us. I love that. So let's start with our statement of faith. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotence. I trust and align with that power of goodness now. So I know we're all a little tired of COVID and being inside and basically seeing just our family. So I thought I'd bring a little humor in about the COVID. It goes like, I'm going to stay up late New Year's Eve, not to see the new year in, but to make sure this year leaves. Having some states locked down and some states open is like having a peeing section in the swimming pool. Even in a pandemic, no matter how much chocolate you eat, your earrings still fit. So the announcements today are: on Tuesday, join with Reverend Patty at 10 a.m. for the prayer service. On Wednesday, join Patty for the Spirit Talk. And then Adventures in Faith. Our Fall Adventures in Faith program starts this Tuesday, October 20th at 7 p.m. This year, our book study will be Adventures in Resilience by Sharon Connor. We will be working with the 12 powers, exploring their significance and practical application to our lives. The book can be purchased at Amazon Books, and hard copies are available from the Unity Village Bookstore at 816-251-3578. Class will go for 6 weeks from October 20th to November 24th and will be given in a love offering basis. And I purchased the book from Amazon for Kindle at $9.95. So it's a good price. Then next Sunday, Spooky Sunday. Meeting on Zoom won't dampen our Halloween spirit. All are invited to join our Zoom service next Sunday in costume, or at least a mask, to keep our tradition going. Let's make it a fun Sunday. And then also on next Sunday, Keeping Connected. Also next Sunday, we will have a Keeping Connected meeting immediately after service. So please stay on to get church updates and next steps. We haven't had a Keeping Connected meeting since last February. So this will be a chance for us to share thoughts and ideas for the coming days. Because of this meeting, individual prayer after the service will be canceled. If you have a pressing need for prayer, email or call Reverend Patty. Also a reminder, the taxes are due October 31st. So if you can give a little extra in your tithe this week, it'll be greatly appreciated. The virtue is saintly. Saintly is a virtue of high vibration and spiritual attainment. One who is saintly is regarded as godly and holy. A saintly person is perceived as perfect. He or she moves through the world righteously, expressing goodness and high principles of being. And the affirmations are: I am saintly, I behave virtuously, I have high spiritual principles, I value and express goodness. And the daily word today is steadfast. I am a steadfast spiritual seeker. No matter where I may be on my spiritual path, sometimes my spiritual life feels easy and sometimes it feels hard. There are times I enjoy new insights, blissful clarity, and peace. Other times I may struggle, feeling stuck and directionless, or even lonely on my walk with God. At times like these, I renew my commitment to my spiritual path. Although my attention may have wandered, the divine presence within me has always remained steadfast, as near as my next thought. Wherever I am in space, time, or consciousness, I discover the love, strength, and wisdom of God expressing through me. If I take the wings of the morning and settle at the farthest limits of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me fast. Psalms 139, 10, 9, 10. Thank you so much and have a great day.
And now's the time in our service where we dedicate a portion of our time together to praying with and for one another. And so that time is now. If you have a prayer request, I would invite you to post it on chat for me, direct it to me. So if you would like it to be confidential. And I will place that request in our prayer box. The prayer box is prayed over for a month within our church, and then it's sent on to Silent Unity for another month of prayer. Also, if you would like personal prayer, I will be available right after the service in a separate Zoom room, and Eric, our director of marvelous things regarding our Zoom, will post it on chat, and then you can join me starting at 11. If there's more than one person, you may have to wait, but be assured that we'll get our time together. And so now, if you have a prayer request in your heart, a circumstance or situation in which you feel the need for extra support, know that your spiritual community is here holding you in your highest and best. And so we go once again to prayer, to shifting from the outer to the inner, closing our eyes, taking a deep breath, and reaffirming ourselves as one in spirit, one in community. That there is one presence, one power active in our lives. This presence and power we know to be absolute good. That it has no opposing power. That it cannot be obstructed or altered in any way. In its absolute goodness, it is unchangeable and unchanging. And therefore, what proceeds from this goodness is good. And that good is our good. That good is our good now. It is also the good within the situations and circumstances of our world and of our loved ones. And so we take time now to center ourselves in faith and support. Extending an attitude that affirms the highest and best in all areas. May we be anchored to this unfolding good as the reality of our lives, as well as our loved ones. And may we know in absolute faith that wherever we are, God is. And so with loving confidence, with calm, we give gratitude. We let go and we let God be the God that it is in all of our lives. And so it is. Amen.
I didn't come here to ask you for anything. I just came to talk with you, Lord. You've answered a million prayers or more that I forgot to thank you for. I just came to talk with you, Lord. Maybe tomorrow there'll be sadness and sorrow and 1,000 teardrops may fall. Oh, but until I face tomorrow's task, I have no special favor to ask. I just came to talk with you, Lord. How many times have troubles brought me down to my knees? But this time I just came to talk with you, Lord. You see, I have no selfish motives in mind. Just want to thank you for all the other times I just came to talk with you, Lord. Maybe tomorrow there'll be sadness and sorrow and 1,000 teardrops may fall. But until I face tomorrow's task, I have no special favors to ask. I just came to talk with you, Lord. I just came to talk with you, Lord.
Hi. I I have been so enriched by the series that we've been doing all year long. We have been on a very powerful, orderly journey of realizing and applying metaphysical teachings and principles to our lives, and that's very significant. This has been a process for all of us, I think, for me especially, in giving these talks, um, to be able to engage with parts of my own consciousness and parts of my own belief system in a new way. Together, this has been a process of both discovering and understanding who we are. I'm just going to take a second here. I have a message that I can't talk and read at the same time, sort of like patting my head and rubbing my stomach. So I'm not sure. I need someone. Connie, I see you there. Could you raise your hand if you can hear me? Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what this message is about though. Thank you. So this has been a process of both discovering and understanding who we are. We've looked at ourselves through many lenses this past year, through the lens of our spiritual truth, who we truly are at our core, our essence. We've looked at our relationship to what we understand to be God. Our mental processes of thought and consciousness has come to the fore. We've engaged in discovering our emotional selves, looking at our beliefs and perceptions. We've also been in relationship with our physical embodiment, as well as our immense potential. We've also looked at ourselves and the unfolding of our lives in the light of the tools that we have to support ourselves in our ongoing growth and development, such as awareness, the ability to change our minds, the power of thought and intention, as well as the practice of prayer and meditation. And in the coming weeks, we will be working with our innate spiritual faculties, called our 12 powers, not only in class through our adventures in faith, but also each Sunday in my talks. We'll be using them, discovering them, engaging with them with the intention of applying them towards our lives for yet more growth and fulfillment. So all of this groundwork, this foundation laying, is providing a field of understanding, and it is an absolute necessary process for the conscious direction of our lives. Developing understanding of how divine ideas or error thinking translate into our thoughts and images through our minds is vital in understanding the manifestation process, for understanding ourselves as powerful creators. The fundamental starting point of creation is divine mind. And divine mind is also called principle, law, being, mind, spirit, all good, creator, father, birther, first cause, source. And we've all used every one of these descriptors to describe what this ultimate power is in our lives. In the original creation, there was only divine mind, only oneness. And this creative principle is omnipresence, it is omniscience, and it is omnipotence. It is all the power that exists in the universe. It is all knowing, and it is everywhere present equally. This presence and power, this omniscience, this omnipotence knows no bounds, knows no limitations, and cannot be obstructed or thwarted. Its beingness are divine ideas, and all possibilities that exist and ever could exist in the relative realm, in the realm of space, time, and substance, are enfolded in divine ideas. You and I give form to these divine ideas, the 12 powers, by accepting them as our reality, as our spiritual reality, and giving them whatever expression we are capable of, and this is important, that we are capable of at our current level of consciousness. As we invest time in meditation and in the silence, that realm of pure being beyond thought, we access levels of consciousness above our current level and therefore are able to manifest from a more elevated state of consciousness. And this is the consciousness from which Jesus lived and acted. That process, that creative process, it's almost like a broken record, but it's true. Mind, idea, expression. This is the process of creation as it unfolds within divine mind. This is also how we form or create in the relative realm. This process of mind, idea, manifestation is also the definition of divine order. It may have been a long time since some of you have read the creation story in Genesis. But the creation story in Genesis is a very beautiful and accurate outpicturing of this process of divine mind, of idea, and of expression as the foundation for creation. And so I'm going to tell you a story. I'm just going to read that story to you now. So this is the story creation from Genesis. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was without form or shape, with darkness over the abyss and a mighty wind sweeping over the waters. I'm just going to stop right now and suggest that you might want to close your eyes and engage your imagination and just picture this process unfolding. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw the light was good. God then separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Evening came and morning followed on the first day. Then God said, let there be a dome in the middle of the waters to separate one body of water from the other. God made the dome, and it separated the water below and from the water above the dome. And so it happened. God called the dome sky. Evening came and morning followed. It was the second day. Then God said, let the water under the sky be gathered into a single basin, so that the dry land may appear. And so it happened. The water under the sky was gathered into its basin, and the dry land appeared. God called the dry land earth, and the basin of water he called sea. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the earth bring forth vegetation, every kind of plant that bears seed, and every kind of fruit tree on earth that bears fruit with its seed in it. And so it happened. The earth brought forth vegetation, every kind of plant that bears seed, and every kind of fruit that bears fruit with its seed in it. And God saw that it was good. Evening came and morning followed on the third day. Then God said, let there be light in the dome of the sky to separate day from night. Let them mark the seasons, the days, and the years, and serve as lights in the dome of the sky to illuminate the earth. And so it happened. God made the two great lights, the greater one to govern the day, and the lesser one to govern the night and the stars. God set them in the dome of the sky to illuminate the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Evening came and morning followed, the fourth day. Then God said, let the water teem with an abundance of living creatures, and on the earth let birds fly beneath the dome of the sky. God created the great sea monsters and all kinds of crawling living creatures with which the water teems, and all kinds of winged birds. God saw that it was good, and God blessed them, saying, be fertile, multiply, and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. Evening came and morning followed, the fifth day. Then God said, let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, tame animals, crawling things, and every kind of wild animal. And so it happened. God made every kind of wild animal, every kind of tame animal, and every kind of things that fall on the ground. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make human beings in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the tame animals, all the wild animals, and all the creatures that crawl on the earth. And God created humankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them, and God said to them, be fertile and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and all the living things that crawl on the earth. God also said, see, I give you every kind of seed-bearing plant on all the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit on it to be your food. And all the wild animals, all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that crawl on the earth. I give all the green plants for food. And so it happened. God looked at everything he had made, and found it very good. Evening came, and morning followed, and it was the sixth day. This story is a beautiful demonstration of the process of creation, of mind, idea, and expression. It's also a manifestation or an expression of the abundance that the universe is, and that all is given to us in this moment, right now, without being earned, without being toiled after, without being sought, that is just here for us to be used, to be incorporated into the richness of our lives. This demonstrates also this principle of creation, the creative process of mind, idea, or expression that as God was infinite source within nothingness, within the abyss, with no delineation or definition, just idea, just an impulse, an energy that gave expression in the physical world. Whether that process takes place in the macrocosm of the universe or in the microcosm of our own lives, it bears the principle, as above, so below, as in the universe, so in my life. In the creation story, God spoke. God said the word. God called forth. God engaged with the logos. And again, logos, Greek, which is very narrowly defined as the word, is actually the mystical concept of the creative expression. In our own personal creative stories, we also speak the word of creation every single day. And that word is in the form of our thoughts, of our beliefs, of our perspectives and attitudes. Some of these words of creation of ours are spoken casually, mindlessly, haphazardly, and without intention. And those thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and attitudes, those perceptions that we adhere to most firmly and consistently are the ones that create the experience of our lives. The more aware we are of what lies behind the words, the more motivated we can become to speak uplifting words of positive thoughts, of positive feelings, of positive experience. And the more able we are to set our course towards what we really want to be in the fabric and form of our lives, the happier and more fulfilled we each become. The creative process goes hand in hand with what we call the law of attraction. The law of attraction begins with us, each of us, in our own lives. And it's a very simple law that states whatever we focus our attention, feeling, and energy towards becomes our manifested experience. Whatever we hold in mind is what we attract. This law is impartial and it is impeccable. This law is always at work. It is an ongoing process that never fails. And it can't fail because it is a law, like gravity and mathematics. We are the creators of our own lives. This law is initiated by our thinking, by the thoughts we hold, and it is amplified by our emotions or by our feelings. Whatever we are thinking and feeling brings about our experience. So an important question is, what am I thinking? Often we can discover what we are thinking by becoming aware of our feelings. Our modern life can become so hectic and distracting that we have no idea what we're thinking and feeling. In that state, we create by default instead of by intention. Default creation is getting by. Default creation is an experience of hollowness, of emptiness, a sense of unfulfillment and unsettlement. It's not really the kind of life we are looking for. It's not the kind of life I'm looking for. The law of attraction can provide what we are truly wanting, but we have to participate. We have to cooperate with it. We have to be intentionally engaged. We set the tone and we set the stage. The most fertile ground for getting what we want in life is conditioned by our thoughts and feelings. Positive thoughts are 100 times more powerful than negative thoughts. Therefore, it is essential to hold both positive thoughts of optimism as well as positive feelings such as love, gratitude, and appreciation. And we hold these thoughts, we hold these feelings, regardless of our situation, regardless of our circumstances. There are no rules in the universe as to size or time. It simply responds. If we have a little desire, it responds to the little desire. If we have a big desire, it responds to the big desire. And it responds not according to the magnitude of what we are holding as our desire, but by our own energetic output. What we expect will be what we experience, big or small, now or someday. And so what do you want? Sometimes we don't even ask for what we want. Sometimes we let it hinge on what we deserve or what we can bring about by ourselves. Or we have a desire, but we can't see how it will come about or how it can be managed. And so in our own minds, we chalk it up to impossible and don't even do the asking. We look at our limited lives in terms of our now resources and say, no way. But for the universe, out of nothing and no way, a way emerges. So ask, believe, receive. As a teacher once said to me, how good can you stand it? How good can you stand it? How good do you have a life you think you deserve? How much good can you hold? What you think that capacity is and what you think the parameters are is exactly what you'll get. And it will be exactly what I get. And so now I'd like to shift and empower our desire through the process of meditation. So I ask you to take a deep breath and to bring yourself into a space of infinite possibility, a place of radiance. And not that anything is possible, but everything is possible. Clear your mind of distraction and breathe into the depths of your very soul the magnificence of your own life. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you do so, feeling your body, your mind, your emotions, yielding to the space, yielding to infinity, yielding to possibility. And just take a moment to take command of that space within you. You deserve, and I deserve, the very highest and best of the kind of life that we can imagine. And the key to realizing that life, to experiencing that reality, lies in our minds and in our emotions. Holding the thoughts and the feelings that are in alignment with divine ideas. Affirming absolute good in all areas and all arenas of our life. Having faith that nothing is impossible. As the creation story demonstrates, that all is given, that all was prepared even before humankind came on the scene, that the stage was set. The stage was set for optimum support, optimum nourishment, optimum experience. And that God has created, or that we have been ideated from divine mind in likeness, in image of the source from which we come, is our reality, is our spiritual reality. And so I invite you to bring your thoughts and feelings in alignment with this limitless spiritual reality. And to right now, right where you are, to feel the feelings of gratitude. You may have to jumpstart it a little bit by remembering a time when you experienced gratitude, an unexpected blessing, a gift, an experience that truly expanded and uplifted you. And if in your memory, you could go back to that time and reignite the feelings in your body of that experience of gratitude and excitement. Make it real again in your body. Expand your feelings. Exaggerate them. Have gratitude and excitement about your life. Feel how big they're becoming, how powerful. And let this gratitude and feelings of appreciation spill out into your life right now, whatever your experience or situation is. Right now. Not as it has been or not how it will be, but grateful in this moment for the gifts of your life. Like attracts like. As we are grateful for what is now in our lives, that gratitude is returned and expanded And we will find that we have more to be grateful for. It's the law. It must unfold according to its own principle. And when we understand this, when we use this law, when we apply this law every day, our lives change. There is one presence and one power active in our lives. It is the same presence and power active in the universe, ideating, giving life, expanding, shedding light, offering joy and fulfillment, satisfaction through its unlimited abundance. And we are one with this life and light and experience. I accept it. And in this moment, receive it. And in the days ahead, receive it even more deeply than I do now. And as I do so, my life changes. One presence, one power, in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. And so it is. Amen.
Hold me together, be forever near me, breath of heaven, breath of light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, all is holy. Breath of heaven, hold me together, be forever near me, breath of heaven, breath of heaven, light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, all is holy. Of heaven, hold me together, be forever near me, breath of heaven, breath of heaven, light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, all is holy. Breath of heaven, breath of heaven.
Thank you, Stefan. I love that song. I'm glad that you chose it for today. Now's the time in our service when we bless our love offerings. Giving is so easy on through our website on Givelify and PayPal. So I invite you to use those two instruments in the giving of your tithes. What is most important in the giving of the tithes is exactly what I've been talking about this morning, and that is the thoughts and the feelings, the law of attraction. The law of attraction works all the time. It is impeccable. It is constant. And it returns like for like. And therefore, I have adopted the practice myself, and I invite you to as well, if you already aren't, is in your giving to be joyful and to give easily and happily. And the universe gives back in just the same way because you've attracted it. You set it up. And so if you join me in our offertory statement, divine love, expressing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And it truly does. The universe does bless and multiplies my life at every level. And so now's the time for us to close, to ease on to closing our service for today. I thank you for joining us, and we're going to go back to Stefan. Stefan, are you ready for the peace song?
Yeah, I am. And I want everybody to sing so you don't hear me hit the try to hit the really high parts.
Let's do it.
I love it when we meet live because, you know, I just blend in at that point. But now I'm kind of out here on my own, people. So help me out. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Come on, Reverend Patty.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as the center, and beyond we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let me begin with me, that this is the moment now. With my faith, let this be my joyous vow. You take each moment and live each moment in peace and let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you. I do have a question though. I wonder why so many have muted their sound during our peace song. It's hard to join in that way, isn't it? Thanks, Stefan, for your great music and selections. I loved it. And everyone, this week, you have a homework, and that is to watch your thoughts. Be aware of your feelings, to know what you're thinking. And if you're thinking in a negative way, change those thoughts, and you will find miracles happening in your life. As our consciousness changes, so our experiences changes. We can't manifest at a high level if our thinking is at a low level. So let's bring it into balance. Thank you again. Have a great day. I am going to be leaving now. Talk amongst yourselves, but I'm going to our prayer room. The address, Zoom address is up on chat right now, and I will be waiting for whoever would like prayer. All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you.